it's Anthony Botting. I'm here on the Jim Fannon Show. Check it out, baby. How long's the show?
Usually an hour goes by like that.
Yeah. An hour? Cool. So I'll finish with that cover, that Green Day cover. Because my buddy was supposed to come here with me and do it, and he's fucking MIA.
Oh, yeah.
Fucker.
I was thinking the same thing. I still get the keyboard set up from our little jam on the weekend, and I was going to say...
Bring Underwood?
Underwood's not coming with you, is he?
I think he's working. I asked him to see what he was doing, but... Yeah, man.
Let's do that. Check connection. Live. Oh, where were we recording there? Damn. Look at me. It's like I've done this before.
Didn't MJ say something about getting me on here? You said a while ago?
Yeah. He's well, he knows I crush on you hard. What's up, bots?
Not much,
Thanks
man.
for making the time, man. Out last night and get the hair of the dog this morning.
Yeah, it was more of a day thing, and then
Oh yeah, I got late.
started at 1 p.m. and then went into the night.
Where were we at?
I just went to Jeffro's, my buddy's bar there. Yeah.
Is that you've been recording there too, eh?
Yeah, we recorded the new album in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we recorded one tune in there to start, just to see what it would sound like. It sounded really good, so we said, let's do it in here.
Who's Ethan helping you out there?
Yeah, you want to call it help me out? Sure. No, I've done everything. Every Book for Wanderers album I've done with him, but we recorded it. Like, it's been, honestly, dude, it's been done for pretty well done. Like, been done recording it for about a year.
And he's been mixing it for a year.
It's been, he's the busiest guy I know.
Is he?
Basically.
Yeah.
I'm busy too, and
Yeah.
he's super busy.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm like, and I'm saying it now, like, let's get this done. Like, it's done.
Yeah.
But it's just making the time to finish it, like, put the final, mix on it. That's all.
And acoustic?
It's the same kind of style as, like, more or less like the first album I did.
Yeah.
Acoustic with a lot of percussion on it, whatnot.
Yeah. How many you got?
This will be my third,
Okay.
like, full length.
All right.
With the Book for Wanderers, but I recorded with James's band and a couple albums there, and then
What's the first album?
it's just self-titled.
Okay.
And then the second one, Wide Streets of the Narrow-Minded.
That's the one that I've got, I think.
You got
Breach. Is that?
Yes,
That's on it.
that's
okay.
one in Echoes.
I don't think I got I'm not sure if I've got the first album.
No.
But yeah, that second album is dynamite.
The first one's like 18 songs. It's long, man. Like
Yeah?
I look back on it now, I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah.
That was a long album. Yeah. It won Best Album at the Music Awards and all that too.
Right.
Yeah, it was good. It was, out of the two, it was better. It was more successful, I guess.
Okay.
It was more received, I think. But
Yeah, there's so many tight tunes on that on Long Streets. Is it
Wide Streets.
Wide Streets?
Yeah, we were doing more rock and roll. Like I thought I was gonna go full band rock for that one, and then it just stayed with the acoustic vibe. It never went away. So with this one, I was just like, fuck it, I'm gonna do that again.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah,
I'm always surprised when you say, "Oh yeah, that's who's playing guitar on Breach."
Oh, Standish.
Yeah.
Rod.
What do you? I just assumed it was you. I'm like, dude.
No, that's
wow.
him. That's him, man. Like I did a bunch of takes for it. Like there's me doing solos on it too. But I love working with him. He's one of my best buddies too, and we work well together. We always have. So.
And he's like a mentor to a lot of musicians out there as well. He's like playing backing tracks and always coaching in the background, and a little bit of engineering and whatnot. He sat in with Josh Mills and he was really like a producer.
I think I remember him. I remember him telling me about that.
Yeah, playing piano, and he was kind of like working as a producer almost on the floor. It was he's got a great knowledge.
He's by far one of the most talented musicians I've ever met, ever in my life. Like he's. Yeah, mad respect for him. We have a lot of respect for each other. I remember when we met, it was funny. Like, we've been friends for years, like, and we've been in bands together since and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But it was funny. It was kind of like I went to one of his parties. I didn't even know who he was.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and he was like, you know how he is, eh? Like
he's so laid back,
he's like just chill, but like wizardly wise and shit. He was like, it's funny to think back on it now, but he was like. Hey, you over there. And I'm like, yo. And he's like, I hear you played Green Day and stuff. Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah. He goes, play me the whole Dookie album, front to back, right now. He goes, I'm like, what?
Really?
He's like, right now, I want to hear it. I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. I mean, I could, but I'm not going to do it. I don't know. No, but, yeah, he played on that record. He played on the first record, too, that I have. Played bass on it.
Did he?
Yep, and he's going to do some stuff on this one. I mean, the way it's going, I might have to retrack the whole thing within a couple days, but we'll see what happens. Yeah. Either way, it's going to be the new album's going to be out in October.
All original stuff? Are you getting covers on it?
Well, the album's called Lovers Under Covers, and yeah, so it's mostly original. It's like 70% original, and then there's a few covers thrown in there.
Nice.
Yep.
What are you covering?
I cover. There's a couple of hip. I think there's one hip cover that I recorded on there. There's a St. Vincent song I did. St. Vincent's wicked. Do you know who St. Vincent is?
No.
She's wicked songwriter, guitar player.
Okay.
From I think she's from Texas, but based out of like New York.
Okay.
Rock and roller, man. Like really good. Wicked vocalist, guitar player, musician, songwriter. Yeah. So one of her tunes, and then we covered an Eagles of Death Metal song too.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about guests? Who you got coming
on the album?
Yeah. Who's playing?
Right. As of right now, I think Standish will end up on there.
Okay.
And then Jeffro played a guitar solo on the cover of the Eagles of Death Metal song we did. I Love You All the Time. He did the guitar solo on there, but that's it.
Okay.
I did everything else.
So he's a musician, the guy that owns the bar.
Jeffro.
Yeah. I've never met the guy, and I hear he's got the greatest barbecue going down there. Like, he's got really good food, eh?
Oh, it's amazing, man.
Yeah,
you've never met him, eh?
No.
Yeah, he's one of my best pals, man. Yeah, he's great food.
Yeah.
Awesome food, man.
Buller's working on a place down there, the old Capitol Q, I think. He's turned it into a venue and an art space. And
What's a Capitol Q? What one's that?
I can't remember.
Where is that?
I don't know. It's right on Queen.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Capitol Q.
Yeah, I can't remember I don't know what it was before, but I know that MJ's been working on the place for a while, getting it set up, and I don't know when he's going to be open, but...
you know where you know where Jeffro's is?
Yeah, it's just down from the Seneca on the same side, isn't it?
Yep, on the corner across from Grand Central.
Right.
But they're moving to remember 4555?
Oh, okay,
With the big stage. And
right.
That's going to be the new Jeffro's, man. It's like official,
okay, yeah.
So within the next...
I think Capitol Q is the one, it's right across from City Hall, I think. Isn't it there?
Yes.
Yeah. There were, they used to do My Stage Mondays there.
Oh, yeah.
Burger and those guys, yeah.
That was
Capitol
fun.
Q, yeah.
Have you seen Burger? How is he?
Well, he's kind of fallen off the map. He got married and he's got a little baby and whatnot. I think Winnie, whatever is her name. I think she's almost a year old now. So he's been doing the dad thing a lot.
Last time I saw him, he was sitting in Jeffro's having like a dinner with his wife and kid, I think.
Yeah.
But someone recently showed me.
He put a new album out this year.
Did he?
Yeah. From the Heart, I think it's called. Yeah.
Come on.
And then he did a CD release party. Oscar Anderson opened up. Man, that guy's wicked talent, man. Filthy talent. Sing like it, just unbelievable. Yeah, Oscar Anderson opened up, and he had Daniela playing violin, and
come on,
MJ on drums. And,
Daniela, what's her last name?
I can't remember now.
Because I think
Lipinski's on it too. This is the old album, but I think she was on it. Marconi?
No,
Yeah,
I don't
Danielle
know.
Marconi. She plays the violins. Laurel Menace. She's on it as well.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Wow,
Eh?
when she plays with the Hammer Brothers, I saw them at Grape and Wine a couple years ago. I'm like, what the
She was in
fuck?
what was their band called? That other band that
Minuscule. Minuscule, I think, was the band's name.
She had another band too, I think.
Yeah, she's
She plays like the little guitar.
mandolin.
Yeah.
Or ukulele.
Is it
I'm
a
not
ukulele?
sure.
I thought
I'm
it
not
was a little electric. No, it's a
I
ukulele.
couldn't even tell.
Man,
you.
I saw her play at what was it? I think it was Livestock last year or something like that. Mm-hmm. In the Taps parking lot. Man, she played a tune, and it literally made me cry. Like I was watching her, and I couldn't help it. It was so good.
Yeah, it's weird how music does that, and it comes out of nowhere. Anthony Sweet, same thing. I don't like he played that gig that you, and thank you very much. You've been so generous coming on the show and do my Green Party launches, and I mean we go back. It's pretty cool, and you've been very supportive that way. And the same show that you come out to do at Sessions on the River, Anthony Sweet and the Sweet Experience came out with the sliding trombone, and the guy on bass is great, the drummer's great. The band is just fat, just really fat sound. And there's a song called Getaway. And when Chris Curry gave me the tracks so I could post it up on my channel, I was watching, I got into the second song, and out of nowhere, I filled up with tears.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is so fucking beautiful. I watched it live. It didn't do anything to me, but I was just in that space, and I felt this just welling up of emotion. I'm like, what the fuck's this, man?
Yeah, where's this coming from?
So beautiful.
Yeah,
He's
cool
just such a nice boy, like a really nice man. You know what I mean? And so yeah, it's weird when it just grabs you. Like I'm not that emotional. I don't cry that much, but when music grabs you, it's kind of cool, eh?
This helps. But no. Oh, I'll never forget.
I cry when I get drunk.
Yeah. I cry and laugh at the same time when I drink. I don't know why. No, I remember seeing that and being like, "Wow!" And I messaged her. I said, "Listen, we've met briefly a couple times, but that show, I don't know, it was amazing. You're great last night." Blah blah blah. Yeah, because that was like a year or two ago. But I remember that, like, seeing her play. It was like an evening. It was just like the perfect time of night and everything. I was like, wow, it blew my mind. It was just one of those moments, you know. She's good, man. That Laurel. Yeah,
there's so many talented musicians. It's funny how you say. I messaged her back and said, Katie Gatta, the same thing when last time she played at Taps, just acoustic by herself. And I messaged her after. I'm like, you got she's the complete package. Yeah, and James. She knows how to work the crowd. She's a great singer, songwriter, guitarist. Like just.
I think she helped James out a couple times too. James.
And that's the nice thing about the Niagara music scene is it seems like they're still very supportive of each other. They go out to see each other's gigs. Yeah. And there was a time where that wasn't really happening so much, but it's nice to see the collaboration too, and crossing over and guesting on each other's albums and helping out songwriting. I was sitting with Carl David at Scotty's place. He came home. He's at Berkeley studying for his Master's of Divinity.
Is he?
Yeah.
I haven't seen him for a while.
Yeah, he's been away for a couple of years. He's in California. So he came over, and we're sitting by the fire, and he broke out a tune, and it sounded so familiar. I'm like, whose song was that? And he goes, oh, actually, that's my song. Yeah. I go, your song? Because it was like, I'm thinking, well, who is this? Green Day? Like, who is it, Well, it was a song that he had written that Roadwaves did, Pretty Little Feline. Well, I know it because I know the Lighthouse tracks inside and out.
Yeah, you like that album, eh?
Oh, great album. Yeah. And Pretty Little, and then he was playing acoustically, so I couldn't put it in its place. I'm like, oh wow, and cool. Yeah, it's he put out a new album too. I talked to him. I couldn't get him on the show while he was in town, but I talked to him by phone the other day and played a couple tracks off his new album. So
he's studying at Berkeley?
Yeah.
Really, eh?
Yeah.
Wow.
Theology.
What is he doing?
Theology. The
Really?
Masters of Divinity is what he ends up with when he's done.
What the hell?
And that's why I kind of asked him, like, what do you, like, I don't know I don't think he wants to be a preacher or anything like that, but he wants to use it for his life purpose, you know what I mean? And he was talking about working the streets of San Francisco and just how open the drug abuse is, like intravenous drug use, like just out in the open everywhere. California's a mess, I guess, right now with the opioids.
Well, I don't know. Is it just like, I mean, I wouldn't say it's just California is a mess. I mean, opiates are getting, if you want to go that route, I mean, I feel like opiates are just getting slid across the table prescription wise to people that, like, someone's making money off that, right? When you get a prescription of that shit. So
San Francisco seems to be having a hard time, like tent cities, and a lot of it in LA.
Well, when I was there, I was there in December, and I was there over New Year's and stuff, but I only spent a day in San Francisco. I was more in Los Angeles the rest of the time, and I loved it there. I mean, I know there's that area of LA that's like really, really bad, right? But I mean, I didn't see much just walking around where I was, but it's there. You can see it, obviously. But then when you go to San Francisco, I saw a lot of it there for some reason. Just a lot of people on the streets and stuff. And I've never been there before, so it's kind of just like, well, you know, it is what it is. I mean, what are you going to do? But I saw it was definitely, I noticed it more in San Francisco than I did in LA.
Yeah, Chappelle, his new special is outrageous on Netflix.
I just saw it,
and he's like, and he put it in perspective because you kind of know these things, but until somebody says it, he talked about, well, crack was for the black people, right? And now you guys know what's going on with the opiates, and I don't feel sorry for you. I think he said too.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
What?
Great
that's
show.
Crazy. That was a crazy thing that happened down in LA. I just watched a documentary on the LA riots in '92. I think it was '92. Man, that's fucking wild what happened down there. It was like a war zone, man. Like, the fucking military was on the streets, like, rolling up and down. Like, they were burning the city down, man. It was wild. Did you ever see that?
No, I haven't seen the special.
It's on Netflix, LA 92 it's called. It's
I'll check it out.
It's just like this crazy buildup that happened with that Rodney King thing and with the LAPD and stuff. Like, wow. Like, I couldn't imagine.
Yeah, it's too bad because it's really given its tardy, like that was so long ago, and you know, my take is like the police brutality and the racism. Yeah, it exists, but it's not like everyday common stuff. When it happens, it's horrible and should be condemned. But you know, now the politics on the left in the States, that's all they say. Everything's racist. Everything's police. Well, come on, police. For the most part, the cops are good people, man. They do their job. Yeah, you got one bad guy here.
It's just like
there.
everything, I think, right?
Yeah.
It's not like it's a whole.
And now with social media, it just gets exposed so quick, so fast, right? So, but
when's the last time you heard someone say, "I need a camera for this"?
Everyone's got one, right? And they just whip it out, and it's
crazy.
You don't miss anything now.
Yeah, and I find people like to post negative shit when it comes to stuff like that, as opposed to, like, you know, when the cops go into a house and like save people and shit. You know, like no one's filming that and going like, look at this hero or whatever. Yeah,
if it bleeds, it leads for sure. And you know what? And we've done such a great job in so many fronts. I think the UN, what was it in 2000? They said they wanted to half world poverty by 2017 or something like that. And by 2015, it was accomplished. So, yay, capitalism. We're lifting people out of poverty at an unbelievable rate right now. But, you know, there's many that will, and I'm the same way on social media. All mine's pretty much anger and politics and just plain straight hate. I'm not focused on the things that make you feel so great.
I try to stay away from that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I try to stay away from that shit. The negative stuff. I mean, I don't like, I mean, that's kind of like your thing, though. I mean, you do news stuff and
politics.
Exactly. You got to talk about all that stuff.
Me
like, I play music, and like, I'm not gonna say, you know, I saw this asshole on the street today. He pissed me off. Like, I just, you know, complain to my friends about that. They've heard enough of that. But, with the cop thing, though, no, I have like friends that are police officers and stuff. Then they've done some crazy, courageous shit, you know. So it's like, it's just like anything, I think. But I recommend that documentary, man. It's
I'll check it out.
LA 92,
All right.
Have you ever been down there?
Yeah, I've been not to San Francisco. I've been to LA.
I love it.
Vegas. We drove to Vegas, actually. So I couldn't believe how freezing cold it was driving across that desert.
Yeah, it gets cold at night.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love it there, man.
Yeah, I'm not a big Vegas guy, but no, we did my brother was in, where was he? Where's Muscle Beach? Venice. And he was working at a high-end steak club in Brentwood. And once in a while, like Sally, he waited on Sally Field, and you know, a couple hot shots came in. He worked for a Canadian girl actually that ran a French-Canadian, I can't remember what it was called now, a French-Canadian high-end restaurant down there. And then he worked at Primetime Steaks, and it's the coolest thing. Well, I got off the plane, and I rolled into Primetime Steaks. And I think in the industry they used to call it a squirrel or whatever. It's the terminal where you punch all your orders in. It's kind of like Grand Central for all the waiters or the servers, right? And you got the gay guy whose nickname was Cream Puff. You got Jersey, who came from Jersey. You got the black guy who they got a really cool racist name for.
Are you serious?
Hardcore carving 24/7. There was nothing but just straight carves.
Really?
Of course, all the kitchen staffs were Mexican,
right?
And so my brother got to learn all the Mexican swear words you could handle because that's what they called it, pinche puto.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, right.
And it was just so cool to see the interaction because no one's actually from California. And in that industry, it was like Hawkeye was, he was from wherever Hawkeye was from or whatever,
right.
And just to see the interaction of it. And ISIS was from Hawaii. And it was just every race was represented, but there was no grace. There was no room. It was just straight carving the whole time. Comedy. And I remember hanging out at that place going, wow, this is funny, man. Because I wasn't used to it. You know what I mean? But
I just love it. I just love the vibe and energy there. Like, I know that sounds like cliche or whatever, but I've always wanted to go there and just hang around and play there and stuff. And when I went there, I was like, man, this place is great. I love it there, man, California.
What'd you go down for? Just a vacation?
I have some friends down there. I went down just to hang out. And
you play it all?
Yeah, I went and played down. I got to just sing up backup vocals for Eagles of Death Metal on New Year's Eve in Santa Cruz.
Oh, yeah? I
went down there to hang out with I'm buddies with a couple of guys from that band and a couple other guys and stuff. So,
you've been pulled up on stage lately?
Just like out of the crowd?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. That was pretty cool, eh?
Well,
where'd you get pulled up?
That's happened a few times.
Yeah.
You
had to sign.
What's that?
You had to sign for somebody and they pulled you up.
Well, when I was younger, when I was like 18 or so, that happened with Green Day. Then that happened a few times with them.
Oh,
and then,
yeah.
And then Deftones, and then
Deftones, maybe that.
Yeah, and then that's pretty well it. But yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, you've seen a lot of shows too, eh?
Oh yeah, I always go to shows. Yeah. Yep.
Who are you listening to these days? Like that's new and out of the blue, like not your old regulars.
What do you mean? Like new, like bands that I haven't like?
Yeah. Somebody's grabbed your attention that's out of the blue. That's kind of like not your normal.
You know who I've been listening a lot to is and I had their first two albums. I've been listening to Slipknot like crazy.
Really?
Yeah. And I remember when their first album came out. It was like 98, I think, or something like that, or 99. And I remember my drummer to this day, when we were we were super young. He's like, you got to listen to this.
Who's that? Your drummer?
Andrew Kiriakou.
Okay.
Yeah. We've been in a band together since grade 8. And he was like, you got to listen to this album. It was the first Slipknot album, and super heavy and angry, eh? Like, it's like, holy, it's kind of a lot to take in.
Yeah.
But I remember listening to those albums, and then I just didn't listen to them forever.
Right.
And then my gal's brother is like huge into them, and he's like, man, Slipknot, right? And he's like, I'm like, how many albums are they? He's like, 25, right? Or whatever. No, it's like 6 or 7 or whatever. He's like, but he just started playing, and I'm like, whoa, they're great, man. Like, they're hardcore. Yeah. Awesome. Wicked songwriter.
Yeah. You got to have a place to put your hate and rage, and the music is a great place to unload it, eh? I mean, I can't imagine being able to play it and get it out. I don't know if that's an avenue for you, but like I remember some breakups back in the day when I was a teenager.
Well,
like I just go straight into the who is it? They're from Texas, and they're just like
Pantera.
No, it's Typo Negative.
Oh, yeah.
Have you ever heard of those guys?
Oh, yeah.
They're so deep and filthy and just angry and ugh.
The thing that I think about too when I listen to that stuff is like, this guy's writing that shit. Like, that's coming from like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
He's done the angriest version of Summer Breeze I've ever heard.
It's just so dark. Like,
yeah,
it's hard to take in. Like, I don't know. I got to shake it off after listening to him for a bit, because it's just so like, I walk out of my car, I'm just like, oh.
You start talking like this.
And then
Hi, how are you?
Yeah. But it's weird because I fluctuate huge with what I'm listening to.
Too.
Like I listen to that, and then I'll put on like the new Tom York solo record, which is great.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's so good.
Where's he at?
Tom York from Radiohead.
Oh,
Radiohead.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh man, his new
Yeah,
album's
you're a
great.
huge Radiohead fan, eh?
Love him, yeah, and all of his solo stuffs I love. It's just, but this one's like really, really like, he really went more electronic based, but this one's like just straight electronic,
Yeah.
pretty much.
I'll look some of it up, but there's nothing better than giving the gift of music, and that's why I love dropping like your CD for a long time there.
Yeah.
I was dropping your CD like I had to get another one for first. Remember, you gave me the second one.
Mm-hmm.
First one I wore out, and then left it somewhere. Like at someone's house, right? I'm like, I gotta get another copy of that CD, and then for them to call you later and go, "Who's this Anthony Botting guy? Like, Book for Wanderers? Who is this guy?"
That's nice.
Yeah, it's the best. And so I was sitting with MJ at Scotty's house again around the fire out in the back 40. He's got a place out in the country, and I was just had my phone, and for whatever reason I put on the Pros and Cons of Hitchhiking. Roger, Floyd's my band. It's Floyd, Depeche Mode. They're kind of up there still. I can still listen to all their stuff today. I don't listen to the old. We put classic rock on here when we got company by the pool and whatever. The classic rock, I'm like, I just get so bored of it. I'm more of the alternative, the new stuff, adult alternative. Anyways, for whatever reason, Floyd's one of the bands I can listen to, like
Floyd.
any of it, and especially Roger Waters' solo stuff. And that's the one where Clapton played guitar.
Yeah,
and it's just a time. It's like 6:05 a.m. and it goes to 8 o'clock in the morning. It's just like a theme. Anyways, and he had dropped some sort of chemical or something, and he.
What did you drink?
No, we were just tripping by the fire.
Oh, okay.
I got there late. They were kind of already.
Oh, he did. Oh,
yeah.
Okay,
And he's like, dude, I'm gonna cry. This is like
it just hit him.
A few notes in.
Yeah.
He's just like, what? He says, I can't even believe. And that album's 25 years old or something like that. It's pretty old.
He's still going too, eh?
Yeah, and he's just so political. It's unbelievable.
Big time.
And you know what? I was just watching on Cody the other day. I was watching David Gilmour's solo album. I can't remember. A Night with David Gilmour or something like that. I love David Gilmour too. I love them when they're together. Ooh. But when you see, when you see Gilmour's version of Floyd and Roger Waters' version of Floyd, you realize Floyd's Roger Waters. Like for me, anyways. You know what I mean?
That's up for debate.
Even when they had Nick Mason, Rick Wright, and David Gilmour, the shows were all right, but it just wasn't. You see Roger Waters, The Wall, and you're like, okay, this is Floyd, man.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I know what you mean, but I mean, Gilmour's voice is one of the nicest voices. Oh, and his guitar, like coming. I mean, it's hard to say who Floyd is to me because
the guitar is such a staple in the Floyd.
I feel like he has Gilmour has the smooth kind of what beautiful side to Floyd, and then there's Waters with kind of the grittier kind of dark end.
It's
just like Lennon and McCartney's kind of balance.
Maybe, yeah, they had quite the thing going in. And talking about this, I listened to Bell 5 digital music, right? And we were listening the other day, and I'm like, classic rock sucks. Murder comes on.
Yeah.
David Gilmour, Murder. I'm like, oh, okay. They played a good tune.
Have you ever seen Waters play?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I saw The Wall. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I didn't see Floyd with Waters, and I've seen Waters a couple times, or no, maybe just once with The Wall. I can't remember now. I saw Floyd a couple times without. That year that they did 3 shows at the CNE, they did it right around my 21st birthday. It was like the 20th, the 21st, and the 23rd. Well, my birthday was on the 22nd of September. It was CNE, and there were 60,000 people each in that place. That's the one when they brought the bed down on the stage and blew it up, and the plane came, the pig came out.
Yeah, I was there. I was at one of those.
It was awesome.
Yeah, at the Skydome. Really?
No, CNE.
I was at the Skydome one.
Yeah. CNE was I think it was turning 21 that year.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was wild.
Yeah, it was amazing. Amazing. Love that shit, man.
I saw Gilmour play too, with Richard Wright.
The Massey Hall or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. What
Were
a
you at
show.
that?
I didn't go, I don't think. I'm having a hard time remembering all the shows I've
I was
seen.
there, man. That was crazy.
That's a nice theater to see someone in, man. And you know what? I can't get into these, my buddy opened a bar in Niagara Falls, and he had Swollen members come in. And, I'm not a huge fan or whatever, but that's when I was at the radio station, and I found there was Dallas Green tickets. There was 4 of them. I'm like, well, I grabbed them, right?
Yeah.
So They always put them on the kitchen table in the green room. Well, you remember the kitchen at at 610.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I can't turn the Dallas Green.
Where was he playing?
He was playing at the arena, the new one, Air Canada Center, ACC.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So I called my buddy Leo, and he got his girlfriend, and his girlfriend got her girlfriend to come. And we met at Capola's, and we drove out there. And soon as I sat, there were nosebleeds. They were at the back.
Yeah.
Not that you just want to be there. I mean, you can dance in the aisles, do whatever you want, right? But as soon as I sat down, I'm like, I'm never doing this again.
What do you mean?
The big stadium with the guy that's this big. He's so far away. And then I'm thinking in my mind, I could be over watching Swollen Members, watch sound check, meet the band, hang out with them, watch the show, and blah, blah, blah. And I don't know. I'd rather see you play here or at Jeff Rose or something like that than go see, you open.
Those bleeders? Yeah.
It's just the stadium shows I like these. I remember Burger Blake and Gould did a gig at Yoga by Sarah one time. There was 35, 40 people. Mm-hmm. They passed the hat around, made more money than they've ever made playing at any bar ever, and everyone was just sitting there like this.
Into it.
Super quiet.
Yeah.
As you're not playing behind a bunch of drunks. Blah, 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 blah.
Right.
It's a totally different vibe. And
well,
I don't know, the big shows for me now, I'm just like, nah, I'm not. I like the intimate stuff.
I mean, it's all, I mean, with big arenas like that, I would rather not sit high up or anything. You got to get close to enjoy it. But for me personally, I think I'd rather see Dallas play and sit in the 300s and see Swollen Members.
Yeah. Talking about
great,
general admission, I didn't know they did general admission on the floor anymore, but my buddy called me, he had Tool tickets. I'm like, Tool? He says, Jimmy, you want to go see Tool like right now? I'm like, sure. Yeah. And it was GA on the floor.
Yeah.
And I've never heard bass that thick.
Yeah.
It was just pounding.
Tool's amazing.
Great band,
Get
man.
the new album?
No, I haven't. I heard the track off it. Yeah, is that how long they took to put it out? What was the deal with that?
13 years. But they toured I've seen them so many times.
They're back on tour too, right?
Yeah, I'm seeing them in Toronto and then in LA too. Yeah, at the Staples Center. But they're 13 years between albums. Crazy long time, eh? Like that's insane. I think there was from what I understand, there was some kind of court battle over artwork or some shit.
They had a legal issue.
I think so, but they toured the whole time. It's not like they've been gone.
Right.
But new music, man, 13 years, and it's complex as hell, man. Like each tune is 10 minutes plus. Like there's nothing under 10 minutes on there. Like
what's the new song called? We put it on the other day, and it sounds nice.
Fear Inoculum, it's called. Yeah, it's really good. The album's awesome. Yeah, 15 minutes is the last song, man.
And that's almost, you got to drop something psychedelic for that show. I mean,
I don't know if I do that.
Yeah. But everyone says that. I mean, that's the Tool thing. I think is to be tripping on mushrooms or acid or something like that.
I just wouldn't want to flip out and run away.
Have to go sit in the car.
Yeah, I gotta get out of here.
You're not picking the psychedelics anyway.
Well, I mean, no. No, not at all. I mean, I dabble a little bit, but.
Oh man, we used to when we were kids hard, and I just, I remember I came home about 10 years ago now, and I was, we were living. My brother was laying in bed. I come in, he's like, "Hey, come here, I want to tell you something." I'm like, "What?" He says, "I dropped acid last night." I said, "Fuck off! You did?" He goes, "Yeah." I go, "How was it?" He goes, "Just like high school." I'm like, fuck off. I want to do it now. Because I've never done it as an adult. We did it all through high school.
So did you do it as an adult?
Yeah, I did it. I don't know if it's last year or 2 years ago on New Year's. I did a half hit with a buddy of mine. And my face is sore from smiling. My stomach was sore the next day. Just a cute. And, a half hit is not, like, you don't see the shapes and the hallucinations. And I never do enough. Like, even in high school, I wasn't the guy that did 2 hits or 3 hits or whatever and got all fucked up. One would get me fucked up for 8 hours, and but it was, I'm not sorry I did it. We did it a little bit often there because, but it certainly, like, I know when they're talking about when you do mushrooms or something, it opens that gateway to that level that you don't know exists. Like it's just another, what do they call it? Not a plane, but anyway,
I know what you mean.
Yeah, it opens your mind to, like, you think thoughts that you could never, and experience things and see things that you could never. So yeah, it was.
It's interesting.
But I said a long time ago, a couple decades ago, anyways, no more new drugs. I'm just sticking.
Yeah,
I can manage the ones that I got already. I abuse some of them sometimes more than I should.
Yeah.
But when I was out in LA, they wanted me to get try ecstasy. I'm like, I almost, but the opportunity didn't present itself all that clearly. So
yeah.
But that's the one drug I'm curious a little bit about is the ecstasy, but I've never dropped it.
I had that same theory when I turned 30. I was like, I'm not going to try anything new because I feel like trying a new drug past 30 isn't a step forward in life. Like, yeah, let's try, whatever. Like,
let's try the MDMA.
I think it's a move backwards. Like, let's look for new addictions. Like,
exactly. Something else to abuse. I got enough problem with the booze.
Like, no, thanks.
The one that does interest me is the ayahuasca.
Yeah.
Or the DMT. I don't know if they're similar or whatnot. I know ayahuasca is like a trip that you should do with a shaman down in South America.
I know someone to do that.
But the DMT, apparently, I didn't know this, but it's like a 15-minute high. I didn't know. I thought you drop it.
I heard you're like gone.
You go see God. You see the universe. You see the creation. You see that's like Rogan talks about it so much, and he's got me curious about Rogan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's big on DMT.
Yeah.
And it's made from grass, basically. I guess I don't know, but
apparently he hasn't done Rogan hasn't I saw an interview. He's like, I've never done cocaine. I've never done this. Yeah, he
just smokes weed like a madman. He drinks. He likes his cigars and he likes his DMT. But no, he's never done blow. Never.
Right.
Yeah, it's a nasty drug. And plus, it's not even blow anymore. It's all fucking speed.
I've never done it.
Yeah, no, it's nothing to miss there. It's a waste of time.
But yeah, man. New Tool album. Listen to it. It's awesome.
Yeah, I heard the one tune. So you're seeing them in LA, eh? Staples Center.
Yeah.
When do they play in there?
21st, and the 20th. They're going on a big tour. They're doing 2 shows in each town.
Oh, are they?
Yeah. So they're doing 2 in Toronto, and then I'm gonna catch one of those, and then one. They're doing 2 in LA, but I'm catching one of them. So.
Floor seats?
No, I'm on the bull.
Yeah.
But they sold out quick.
I was surprised to see general admission on the floor for any show, and I love it. Because the floor's half full. Everyone's pushed to the front.
Yeah.
The back's wide open. Yeah, that's where I usually hang out. Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah.
That's the best spot.
I mean, but there was no one around the sound booth because everyone was pushed up to the stage. They were
why would you?
Chest to shoulder, chest to chest. Yeah.
Not doing that anymore. I used to do that all the time. Yeah.
When I think of somebody front row and general admission, I think Anthony Botting. But,
I used to all the time. Yeah. Right up there. Now it's just sound booth. I'm on the floor for Tom York's playing the ACC coming up soon. It's gonna be good. I'm just gonna chill by the sound booth though.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a dance party, I think.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
You wanna play a gig? Play a tune?
Sure.
What do you got? What are you gonna play?
Sure.
What do you want to tell us what it's all about first?
I'll play a new one, I guess. Yeah. Kind of chill. I wrote this song I wrote not right after, but a little bit after Gordy from The Hip passed away. And it's on the new album. It's called King of Hearts, and I wrote it about him. I mean, it just came out one day. Just writing songs, one of those things. Yeah, because we did all those hip shows, and then after that, I just wrote it. It just kind of it was one of those songs. Yeah, it just fell out. I was like, "What's this about?" And then I thought about it, and it's definitely about him. So.
walking on, passing everything between. Evolution number one, feeling all the things he sees. Oh, yeah, brothers like I have one. Family goes beyond. I used to see you everywhere, but now I see you everywhere. Perfect face, perfect smile. Be my friend for a while. Your perfect face, your perfect smile. Be my friend for a while. King of Hearts goes walking on, reading in the sun and song, doing it for everyone, leaving it for everyone. Oh, everyone. Oh, your perfect face, perfect smile. Be my friend for a while. Your perfect face, your perfect smile. Be my friend for a while. Your perfect face, perfect smile. You were my friend for a while. Yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah, that's a new one. That's one of the new ones.
What's that one called?
King of Hearts.
King of Hearts is going to be on the new album.
Yes, sir.
You going to have physical copies? You just go on all digital distribution?
I don't know yet. I think we might do, we're talking about vinyl.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's great, man.
We'll see.
I'm so pumped to get my turntable back. But now I need a preamp, I think, for the turntable because my amp's got to work so hard to get the volume up. I don't know. There's not enough millivolt output. For
Oh,
the,
yeah?
Well, I've got a, like the Kyocera, the amp that I'm using, it's 30 years old too, so it should be compatible. But the new amps, don't have a phono input on them mostly, unless you buy a good one. And somebody told me the other day, no, you need a preamp. You need to boost the signal before it goes into the amp. Yeah. And just kind of like these mics, like that, I'm just using an iRig, and it's kind of, it does the job, and it makes it sound better than it would just off the phone. The phones actually record pretty good, for audio. Mm-hmm. But I wanted something that sounded better for talking, right? So these guys just go through the iRig there, but I think that they kind of should use a preamp as well to get the boost up, because they're cranked so high.
Yeah.
Yeah. It serves the purpose anyways.
That's cool. Yeah, I love the vinyls, man.
Yeah.
I think the new album will sound good on vinyl. I don't know. We'll see what happens though.
How many tracks you can have on that bad boy?
I think there's 11 nice. Or 12, something like that. But it's going to be released like digitally immediately when it's done. Like,
good.
Just to get it out there.
What are you thinking?
I'm hoping end of October. It's
good.
Out. Yeah.
How many tracks again?
11. I think there's 11.
Good.
Usually 11. That's what I've been trying to do.
Yeah, I brought out the Book for Wanderers CD, and like, well, you know what it's like. I always talk. I use your album especially, and Aaron Berger's Two Color and Light's just such a solid album, and it's kind of like a relationship, right? You get with a new girl, you see her all the time. You fuck all the time, and you just boom, 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 and then it just kind of it mellows, right? And then, well, not like you want to do it. Well, I know, but you put her on the shelf. Like the disc comes out of the car, like for like yours and Burgers as an example. 6 months, maybe 3, 4, 5, 6 months, like steady. That's all I want to listen to.
Yeah,
and then you're like, okay.
Yeah,
I'm tired of this.
Yeah, well,
and then
anything,
and then a year later, a year and a half, 2 years later, you're bringing it on. You're like, oh my god, I forgot how great this was, man.
That's good.
And then it's cool the trend, like for Aaron Berger's album, Color and Light, like song 3 is in St. Catharines. So when I first heard it, I looked down at my deck and it says, like I hear, did you say St. Catharines? Mm-hmm. I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah. Somebody wrote a song and put my hometown's name in it. Like he was, when I knew him, he was living in Niagara Falls.
Yeah, but we grew up everywhere.
And I look down at my deck, it says Aaron Berger in St. Catharines. I go, the song's called In St. Catharines. So every time I would play his album, I'd start on track 3.
Yeah.
So Calgary's the first track. I never heard it for 6 months because I had to get to a place where I wasn't playing the first, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then just letting it play through.
Yeah.
And then, so very rarely would I start on track 1. Breach was one I didn't get to until I'm like, what the fuck is this?
That's the end of the album,
it's just so high energy. It's just filthy. Yeah,
it's pretty rocking.
That's like my Friday night tune, man. When I'm getting, I've got a few of them, but Breach is one that cranks me. Like, when you're getting amped up, you're going out for Friday night, you kind of pre-drinking or whatever. Yeah, Breach is a classic to get revved.
That was the first song I wrote for that album, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah. And it's like one of the last tunes on the album. But
yeah. That's maybe why it took me so long to get around to it. But
yeah, it's heavy. It's the heaviest thing on there.
I brought the Book for Wanderers CD. Again, it's in my car now. So
cool.
It's, I'm looking forward to the new one, though. That'll be great. But
yeah, we just got to mix it and finish it.
Mm-hmm.
Get my producer's ass in gear.
Yeah.
Busiest guy ever.
He's still working down at the Pack?
I think, you know what? I have no idea. My answer to that question is going to be yes, he is. I'm sure he's working 8 million places.
Yeah.
And doing 8 million things.
Yeah.
Because that's what it usually is the deal.
Yeah. How about gigs coming up? You playing them much?
Nothing really booked, man. I just went back to work in Whitby, Pickering, and so we played all summer long. And
were you working the nuclear plant?
Yeah.
What do you do exactly?
Radiation protection.
Yeah.
Just looking after workers and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But we played. We usually play at Grand Central. My cover band, the Cocktails.
Right.
Yeah, we played a bunch of shows this summer, and it's been fun.
Who are you playing with in the Cocktails?
So my buddy Robbie Jackman. I don't know if you've ever met him. Okay. He plays guitar with me, and then Standish plays with us sometimes when he can. He'll play bass or guitar as well.
Uh-huh.
My buddy Brett Fusco will play bass, and Andrew Kariaku plays drums. Both we played 2 shows in the summer, and he came down from Quebec. He's been chilling in Quebec, so he came busted all the way down for both gigs.
Awesome.
Yeah, crazy. But yeah, it was fun. You know.
Yeah. How do you like doing that outside of the original stuff? Is it fun to mess around with the covers?
Yeah. It is fun.
You kind of make them your own rather than try and sound exactly like the band.
Yeah, and you know what, man? Like, we've played a shitload of gigs, and we haven't had one band practice. Like, we don't practice cover. Like, we just show up and jam, and it's
awesome.
Yeah, and it's good. It's tight too. Like, it's fun. It's easier, I feel like, that way, doing cover tunes for shows. There's more like heart in the originals and stuff, you know.
And plus, the crowd's more responsive probably to the covers because they know they can tap their feet to it, and they're like, "No, what's this?" You know?
Yeah, it all depends on the situation, though. I mean, if you like when I get booked for original gigs, and there's, you know, you're on a bill with people playing original music, and there's people there, you know, for that. Those are the best. But, you know, getting hired to play, you know, a spot for a couple hours, like on a patio or at a bar, I mean, you could sneak in an original here and there, but you want to rip some like Zeppelin tunes and shit just so people go, what's this? Well, you know, you don't want to just like, this is my stuff, listen, because they're not, like, they don't give a shit. They're there to drink and party, so, you know.
Yeah, I was just saying to MJ the other day, I think it's time to get, now that the summer's over, get another Sessions on the River gig flying. I love that place, man. It's got a good vibe.
Someone just asked me to do one of those at the end of October, but I can't because I'm going to be gone, but I just got asked to play there.
Yeah, who? Ryan Lunn or somebody? He's doing a lot of stuff lately, it seems like.
It was Ashley Standish.
Okay.
Ashley Davis. Rod's ex.
Okay, she went back to her maiden name now?
I don't know.
Okay.
But
Davis.
She's a friend of mine. They're both friends of mine. I don't know whether she's going by Davis or Standish anymore, but no,
she got a new band too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she asked me to play there, but I can't. Something's going on there. I don't know what it is, but
all right.
Some kind of gig. That's a cool place.
Yeah. I like it. And it's a good place to lay down some tracks if you've never been in a studio before. You get a copy of your, you know, what you've been playing in your basement, you know, on a couple of these mics type of thing. So, yeah, he just got a brand new board. He drove down to Texas or something and picked up a Nashville or something like that. Picked up a brand new board. He's all happy about it. So,
cool. Yeah, I like it there.
Yeah, it's a good feel. And liquor license doesn't hurt. It's comfortable. It sounds great.
Those videos are still on YouTube too. Those Sessions on the River that I did with you. Were you at both of them? They were both yours, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because one of them, that guy was hosting it. I forget his name. Flamboyant gentleman. And then there was another one I did after that.
Oh, maybe that wasn't mine. But you played acoustic there. Maybe I haven't done twice there, but I've had a couple gigs there. Yeah.
I've played there twice.
Yeah, we.
One was for you.
Yeah, maybe the second one was for me, but And I think, we tried to do like an all-day, all-night thing, right? But it's too long. And that's why I said to MJ, I said, we should have Burger, Blake, and Gould. We get Road Waves. We get, 4 or 5.
Yeah. And
start at 2 o'clock and do hour sets right until, we'll wrap it up early. But I always think that, people like to play their shit and get out, you know what I mean? So you come, you get in, you get out. But I like it when they hang around, and the next thing, Road Waves is jumping up on stage with My Son the Hurricane, and then crossing over and getting guests on. It's cool. Love that. Right and on. It's cool to get everyone together because lots of times they haven't seen each other in so long. All these musicians are like, oh yeah, so it's even good to get the musicians together so they can see each other. Right?
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah, it's a good gig there, man.
Yeah, man.
So, we'll have to catch you when you're at the next gig. I'll come out, and I want to eat at Jeffro's now, man.
You got to go.
Yeah.
It's awesome. They're closed on Mondays, but, get there, man. They got great food. Great bar, too. They just plays wicked tunes in there, too, all day and just chills.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
All right, now you said you wanted to get another song?
I don't know.
Down? No, you said you had something you wanted recorded.
Here?
Yeah. You said I thought you said you wanted something separately done. Like there's a song that you want to do.
No, whatever you wanted me to do.
Okay, because I'm going to dial the mic back and then, play another one if you want. And then we'll get you out of here. I think we're almost into it. Yeah, it's almost 1 o'clock. So you're on. Thanks for being on time.
No problem, man.
Musicians.
I almost was late. I almost didn't come at all, to be honest.
I thought you were saying you wanted a recording of something there. I'm going to dial this back a little bit because the mic's a little hot for how loud you sing. Guitar's good, I think. Which one are you going to do, Bots?
I might do a cover. 1 second. It's got to tune this. Yeah, so I was telling you that my buddy was supposed to come with me. Because I want him to meet you. Underwood and I used to come and do your stuff, right? So he was busy, but I usually like to bring someone from one of my bands to come jam with me or whatever. But my buddy was supposed to be here. MIA, no idea where he is. No clue. Not at all.
You want to call him out?
No clue. I'm not gonna call him out by name, but MIA, just like, yeah, man, let's make a game plan. Let's do it. No, where are you? No clue. Yesterday, nothing. This one's for him. All right, this one, yeah. I heard you crying loud all the way across town. You've been searching for that someone that is me out and proud. Just sit around feeling sorry for yourself. Well, don't get lonely now. And dry your wanted eyes. I'm just roaming for the moment. Sings about when yes, turkey. Looks like you've been thinking about ditching me. No time to search the world around. Cause you know where I'll be found when I come around. I just want to do that for him. Just right there. That's it. That's all. So play it slow. She whispers in my ear. Your sun in my days, in my nights, and through all the years. Mistakes are made along the way. So you're the one that makes everything okay. It's alright now. Yeah. So play it slow for the returns and the echoes. When the weather around it warms, then it snows.
okay, okay, it's alright now, yeah, it's okay, okay, it's alright now, yeah, so la da da. Mistakes are made along the way, so you're the one who makes everything okay, okay, it's alright now, yeah, it's okay, okay, it's alright now, yeah, it's okay. Yeah, that song's called Echoes.
Very familiar too, man.
Yep.
I know that one.
Yep.
Who's doing backups there? I can never remember the names.
What do you mean? Serena, man.
Serena Prine, yeah. I don't know. When the mics are rolling, I go blank on my names.
It happens. Yeah. Can I make a suggestion?
Yeah, sure.
Next time we do this, let's do it at like 5 p.m. Okay? Not noon.
All right.
God. It's too early, man.
Yeah, baby. I try and do it when there's not so much action around the house.
Yeah, true enough. I'm driving here. I'm like, shit. I just start singing to warm up my voice. I'm like, blah, blah.
Pull over, throw
Oh, man.
warm up your voice.
Just hoarse.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
Yeah. Where were you last night?
I was at Jeffro's, and then,
Oh,
yeah, I went out for a couple beers after, and then, I don't know, man. It's just the schedule, you know? Catches up to you.
And you say you're working afternoons?
Yeah, so I work, like, my regular schedule is 3:30 in the afternoon to 1:30. That's when I get off. And then,
At night?
yeah,
Oh,
and
it's a
then
long
I'm
day,
up, you know. When I got, like, my day
4
out.
in the morning.
Yeah, so when I got off on, like, Saturday night, Sunday morning at 1:30, I was up until I come home and
Till dawn.
yeah, I was up until 7, like
Oh,
just
okay.
chilling, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
And then woke up early. Like I got up at like I only slept for like 3 hours, and then I went to Jeffro's right away in the morning, like at 1, and then went all the way through, and then woke up at. I set my alarm for her. I was like, I gotta get up early, get ready. No, I got up at 11. Got up at 11, grabbed my guitar. I'm like, shit, are the strings still good enough? Oh, threw it in the case. Let's go.
I'm going to put this one on, too. I don't know if I can get the sound perfect. But, yeah, this one's going to be on the new album, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get this one on. Save you on the... last time you played, you're all hungover, too.
Was I?
Yeah.
No way. I'm not hungover.
The last time you were in the bag, actually, when you showed up at sessions, you were reeling, I think.
Probably.
You were rolling.
That sounds about right back then. I wasn't hungover today. I was just like tired from like the, you know, it's like opposite schedules, man. I should be sleeping right now.
Tell me about this one. I love you all the time.
Oh yeah, it's an Eagles of Death metal cover.
Oh, Eagles of Death.
Yeah,
Metal.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And who's on it with you? Jeffro?
Jeffro plays the guitar solo on it. Yeah, yeah. Recorded it in Jeffro's. Yeah.
alone. Look at my phone. If I call you up, you're never at home. I love you all the time. Filled up and high, man among guys. Smile on my face, no reason to cry. I love you all the time. I can tell by the look in your eye, and the look that roams around and sees another guy. I can tell you're gonna take your love away. I can tell by the look in your eye, and the look that roams around and sees another guy. I would beg you if I thought it would make you stay. Together, voila, I love you all the time.
Playing and singing it loud. And I would like double chuck it.
I can tell by the look in your eye, and the look that roams around, sees another guy. I can tell you're gonna take your love away.
Big time. Yeah, it's super. It's like uppity. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just mellowed it right out.
Oh, yeah, because they don't do any ballads, do they?
I mean,
I don't
not
know this
really.
stuff that much.
They're a fun rock band.
Yeah. How many times you seen them?
Well, I'm buddies with them. I go.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, I played with them last time I was in Santa Cruz, but I don't even know how many times, man. Tons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Great guys, man.
Where do you know them from?
I met Jesse, the singer, just in Toronto one night. We just kept in touch.
Huh?
Yeah.
On a show or something like that?
Yeah. And then when I went down to LA last time, just went to his place, Hang out, man. He's a great guy. Love him. Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good to have friends in the business, man, especially...
It's not even like that, though, to be honest with you, man. It's
Just a buddy?
just friends. We're friends because we're friends. Like, that's how it happened. That's how it started, and yeah, that's the way it is.
Just happened to be a musician, too.
Yeah, we just met and we just got along. Like, it's one of those things,
Yeah.
It just happens.
Nicely done, Bots.
Yeah, man.
All right, man.
Cool.
Thanks for coming out.
Thanks for having me. Good to see you.
Hey, I appreciate your generosity. You've always been generous that way, and I'll let you know if we put together another sessions gig. I've been, like I said, just ran it by MJ yesterday. Yeah, well, MJ came by yesterday. Fuck. He was supposed to do a show.
You guys are smoking the reefer.
My buddy came over with the dabs, and
the dabs.
I haven't. I didn't smoke all week. I took all week off. I didn't smoke or drink or anything, and then, Saturday I did an interview with this girl from Pennsylvania. She's a wrestler. She's kind of like a conservative journalist, activist girl. She's like 18, but she's making some waves on Twitter. I like her.
Cool.
I saw her on a news program the other day. I'm like, come on the show. And she's like, oh, come on.
Yeah.
So I did that. I'm like, I feel like, after you're done, you want to celebrate. You want to have a drink. You want to smoke.
Yeah, I definitely want to go have more drinks now after that glass of whiskey.
And anyways, we got. I'm fine. I can smoke to the, smoke joints like forever.
Yeah.
I don't ever green out. If you eat the stuff, you green out.
Yeah.
Because it hits you in a whole different way.
Yeah.
But then my buddy come over with this one hitter, so you torch it up and you dip it in the dabs. And,
Yeah.
he says, "Wait for it." I'm like,
Yeah.
fine, eh? Like singing out. I'm like,
Out of it.
I came down. I put my swim stuff on to jump in the pool. I jumped in the pool. I felt a little bit better. And I'm like, dude, I had to lay down on the couch. She says, "You did not." I said, "But I was just laying down on the couch for a couple minutes. Trying to regain my composure."
Right on.
And so we didn't end up getting a show. We watched UFC. It was on yesterday or Saturday. Yeah, Saturday. It started at 2:00 because it was in Abu Dhabi.
Oh, okay.
And so we're just chilling. But then we got too comfortable, and we're like, no. Scotty came over. They jammed. I recorded some of it. MJ playing in the corner here on the guitar. And
Cool.
Scotty over here, he left the keyboards. And you know what? I learned more in the keyboards music-wise than anywhere else. And Scotty's a good teacher, but like you can't, like it's not just laid out for you on a guitar. You gotta make all, you put your fingers in all, like the chord charts or whatever.
Yeah.
Because I've got a guitar. I've been playing here and there a little bit. I know 3 or 4 chords, but I haven't got to the place where I can move them around real good.
Mm-hmm.
And I met somebody at the Mansion House. He was a musician. I can't remember who was talking, or who I was talking to. But he's like, dude, oh no, you need to just stay with it until you get over the hump. Like if you've got 3 or 4 or 5 chords down, it's the dexterity of moving them around. Once you get that done, it gets fun, and then you won't hate practicing so much because it's like they just don't want to go where I want them to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, that's the way it
muscle
goes.
memory. And,
That's the way it goes, man.
When it's laid down there, it's like note, scale, and it's all like it's all numbers all the way across.
Yeah.
So I get a little bit more enthusiastic when I know what I'm doing and get away from the guitar a little bit. But
Yeah, people learn differently.
I appreciate your time, anyways, brother.
Thanks, man.
Thanks for that.
All right.
And I'll get you a copy. I'll cover up the songs and I'll give you a copy out, and you can throw them up on the Instagram.
Sweet.
I guess only goes for an hour, eh?
Okay. I don't know.
Instagram Live.
Cool.
It cut after an hour.
Okay.
Twitter's still